Hello, everybody. I'm a practicing therapist and I'm also a doctoral student of psychology. Today, we're going to go over a topic that was requested in the comments. Some of you guys were wondering a lot of different versions of self love, understanding yourself, appreciating yourself, giving yourself unconditional love, and your traumatic childhoods. And I appreciate you guys sharing and asking. And so, we're going to talk about that today and my perspective based on being a therapist, and what I feel like occurs with a lot of individuals who struggle with loving themselves. And so today we're going to talk about why you can't love yourself. And also at one point, and a little bit in this video as well, we're going to touch on what to do, but I'll make more videos as well. So the short version is that it's not necessarily that you don't want to love yourself or you don't feel like you deserve it. There's a part of that is that, but that's kind of what I disagree, that's the only reason, okay? I think a lot of it, just based on what I've seen working as a therapist, and I still am a therapist, is that a lot of these folks don't know what unconditional love is supposed to look like. They didn't receive it as a child. And so how can you do something, emulate, behave as something that you don't know what it's supposed to look like? It doesn't make sense. And you can try, but it's going to take a lot of effort and it feels unnatural, tiresome, and can even feel fake because you're not familiar with it. It's like telling somebody, I like cooking, so this is just the example. Let's say somebody said, make bread pudding, red velvet cake, whatever you guys like, whatever it is. And you have no idea what that's even supposed to look like. And you can have some idea, maybe you Google some pictures, but you're like, how does that even start? How do I shape it like that? Like, you have no clue. You don't know you have to put it in, like, maybe it's to the complete basics. You don't even know that you're supposed to make cake in the oven. You don't know that a lot of times the brightness in the red velvet cake, for example, we use food coloring nowadays, right? And there's so many different things. You have no clue. And you're trying to find little scrapes of information, but you don't have the fundamentals. Let's just say recipes are not as available. That's really confusing. Whereas other people, maybe most people learn how to make red velvet cake as a kid. Sorry if that example doesn't make sense. It's the first one that came to my mind. And so it's really hard for you to know something that you don't have the natural instructions of, because most parents naturally give you unconditional love. Well, I want to say most parents. I don't even know if that's accurate. That's what I believe should be happening. Parents give children unconditional love, and the child learns to unconditionally love themselves and others because of that. But it's really hard to do that if you don't know what it looks like. That's what I think is the issue. So we're going to sorry about the camera shake. We're going to break this up into different aspects so that you guys can digest it a little bit easier, okay? The first one is, I think some of y'all let your circumstances define you. Let's just say your wife cheated on you. Maybe your best buddy also betrayed you. Your mom chooses her boyfriends over you. Whatever it is, these are things that happen. Circumstances, really unfortunate circumstances. Your mom has like new boyfriends all the time and she's neglecting you. I don't know, your best buddy, he betrayed you, wife, girlfriend, whoever, cheated on you, chose somebody else, okay? And you use these things to define your worth and your value, when in actuality has very little to do with you and has more to do with the folks that hurt you. Is it possible that you just don't see the maladaptive behaviors in these people because you grew up seeing all these behaviors, so you don't realize it's not healthy? That's probably what's happening. But you think, oh, this is evidence that I'm an unlovable person. And it's not true. And so understanding that instead of using those circumstances to define you, understand the actuality and challenge yourself. Usually what it really is you just don't know what love and healthy treatment looks like. You can't tell the difference between mistreatment and someone who values you. And so your wife probably mistreated you because you couldn't tell. Not your fault. It was her fault from the start, but she was always like that. It has nothing to do with you. She's going to cheat on the next one too, probably. Your best buddy betrayed you. He probably betrayed other folks before you. Your mom chooses probably a lot of people over her boyfriend. She chooses those boyfriends over herself, right? It has nothing to do with you, but you're not seeing it like that. And I think it's important to challenge yourself to see it like that. It takes time, but being more self-aware is going to help. The next one is similar. You stay in bad circumstances, which continue to redefine yourself against the positivity you might be trying to teach yourself. So you might be trying to teach yourself about self-love, taking care of yourself, eating well, whatever versions you're doing, which is good. However, if you stay in a relationship where your wife is screaming at you all the time and withholding intimacy and lying to you, that's going to work against you no matter how hard you work for yourself, because that is the person that you give yourself to. And if she's treating you like that, you're going to start thinking you're not lovable because you're with somebody who doesn't know how to love you properly and doesn't love herself clearly, right? You're staying with someone who's also mentally struggling. The next one is you hold resentment for people that hurt you. And part of that is you worry that letting go will cause more harm than good. So you ruminate on these negative memories and treatment, which in your mind replays those negative beliefs to which you actually start believing those things. And this can be tricky because you probably were hurt. And sometimes it's hard to want to forgive people because you feel like they're getting away with it. However, more often than not, the person that has hurt you, they're hurt. I'm not saying it's right, but they are hurting probably a lot because most people who are healthy and normal don't have a reason to mistreat people. They don't have the means to mistreat people. They don't actually know how to because they were raised properly. And so these folks that hurt you, they're also struggling and they have their own demons to fix. And unfortunately, that means if they don't heal themselves, they're going to continue these unhealthy patterns anyway. So whatever is happening to them, whether you let go or not, it's going to come for them anyways, whatever they're doing psychologically, because unless they get better, they're going to keep doing these patterns. The next one is you actually give yourself conditional love instead of unconditional love. This is probably because you learned this when you were young. You feel like you have to earn your own love. And this might sound strange, but I don't think that no matter what, just feel like sometimes you just got to give yourself a break. You have to forgive yourself, and we'll talk about those points in general, but you are literally the only person that's always going to be there for yourself, and you don't have a choice. Like at the end of the day, you just have to deal with it. You are you. This is the only person that you have that has your back. You didn't choose it. That's the way life is, sorry. And that is just what it is. So you got to love that person because you're wasting your time and your life. You got to forgive that person. You got to give that person a break. You got to believe that this person is more valuable, even if nobody else sees it. You have to, I feel, because if you don't, you are just burning your life to the ground. Every day that you waste being miserable or sad or whatever it is, you're hurting yourself. And you didn't even start that way. Someone else did it to you, probably your mom, your dad, whoever. But at the end of the day, you're the one that's going to hurt. It sounds so annoying. It's like saying, oh, how do you fly a plane? Just fly it. But what I'm just saying is focus on, no matter how negative you feel sometimes, don't take it out on yourself all the time. It's just not going to help. And so how do you love yourself? I'll make more videos in general, but I want to go over the points so that you can at least keep it in mind. I think therapy is a really good option. I'm a therapist, so I feel that way. But in general, we're going to talk about points that you can do in conjunction with or replace of, whatever you want to do. I'm not saying to replace therapy. I'm just saying just a quick guide, okay? Trust yourself. Trusting yourself is fundamental. When you love someone, trust is hard to give, but it's foundational. Healthy marriages typically have some amount of trust. That means healthy relationships, including with yourself, have trust. You have to trust yourself. Even if you fail yourself, sometimes things happen. And that's why the next one is forgive your mistakes. You make mistakes, and we all do. But if you love yourself unconditionally, you will forgive those mistakes. No matter how bad they are, they're going to be with you anyways. They're your history. I understand you want to fix them. That's perfect. But forgive yourself too, because we don't understand how much of who we are is shaped by our environment and who we were raised by and who we meet and who we talk to and where we were even born, right? I'm in a different state than my significant other. He's from the Midwest. I'm from a more southern state. And even that alone, we say things differently. Like when I am asking for a drink, I ask for Coke, no matter what kind. I know that's annoying to some people. That's how I was raised. I thought that was normal, but he says pop, right? Even like the littlest things shape how we perceive things, our language, everything. And so you don't realize that a lot of your mistakes aren't even fully your mistakes. They are, but they're shaped by everything you've been surrounded with. And the next one is holding yourself accountable. When you love someone, you don't just see the good in them, you want better for them. Holding yourself accountable is important. The next one is speak up for yourself. Try it every now and again. Speak up for yourself. Even if no one has your back, you're the only person who can guarantee to have your back if you really commit to that. Because you're the only person who has control of yourself. The next one is challenging yourself. Every now and again, challenge yourself. When you love somebody, you want to see the best in them, as we discussed. The next one is apologize to others you have hurt. This is part of accountability, but it's a different step, right? Apologizing makes it makes you feel good, and it removes that weight off yourself. And that's what I want for you. Appreciate what you have done. This is the next one. Everyone has done some accomplishment in your life. No matter what it is, it really is true, I feel. That's my opinion. And I want you to try and speculate on the things that you've done, even the smallest things, and appreciate it. And the last one is working towards your goals. I don't know what your goals are, but even the smallest goals, work towards it and try to reach them. It's really important to love yourself through the thick and thin. That's all you have, okay? I hope this video is helpful to somebody. Please like, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.